Would you love to know exactly the questions to ask on your next prospect call? Do you want to know exactly what to send ahead of your prospect call so you close every single call you get on? Well, then stay tuned for this episode because I'm going to share with you the exact questions to send a prospect before your next call so you are sure to close the sale. Hey there, I'm Kim Walsh Phillips, and I'm the founder of Powerful Professionals. We empower entrepreneurs to grow their business profitably using marketing. And I'm going to share with you today questions you can send to your prospect in order to get them prepared for the call, position you as the authority, and get them likely to say yes that they want to work with you at the end of the call. Now, I used to struggle with this like big time, right? I used to not know what to say on the call. And then the prospect would be all like, do a dog and pony show, like show us all the things. And I would end up like spilling a bunch of data all over them during a call, and then they wouldn't want to do anything. Or the prospect would show up for the call and not be willing to answer any of my questions. I couldn't get any of the information I needed to create a really good proposal. And that's a problem because then I was guessing at things that were important to them, and I couldn't possibly give them a proposal of right fit questions. Right. So this is what we do. We're going to get the questions out ahead of time so that we get everything we need. And the way that I do these questions will actually establish me as the authority, as the expert, and it will work for you too. Are you ready? Let's share some of the questions that I use in order to get my prospects to be ready to say yes at the end of the call. Okay, press Shift and 5. I think we're good. No, still not. Shift and S. That's it. Yes. Good. Awesome. Okay. And we're going to do, yay. Okay, cool. We're going to have a little bit of craziness here. We're going to share. We're going to go slideshow from start. Okay. Yay. All right. So this is how to be in demand without requiring a fax machine. My old mentor, Dan Kennedy, he created an illusion, I guess, or the brand of being in demand by only allowing people to fax him. You couldn't get on the phone with him. Unless you booked an appointment, you can't send him an email, but you can fax him. So that created in demand. But you don't have to go get yourself a fax machine to make it work. Here's what you can do instead. You don't accept appointments with prospects less than 48 hours after they request an appointment with you. Yeah. Busy, successful entrepreneurs are not available immediately. If someone asks you for a prospect call this morning, you should not be ready to meet with them this afternoon. No good, right? Instead, you want to make sure you are only booking appointments with them 48 hours to 1 week after they request the appointment with you. You should not be the one booking the appointment. You want to have a VA or an assistant, or even if you have to create an email address that's called assistant at whatever your URL is, do it, okay? Because it shouldn't be you. Busy, successful entrepreneurs do not have time to book their own appointments. So you want to have there be somebody else booking for you. There's a great service that I loved called Fancy Hands. You can get to it at powerfulprofessionals.com/fancy. It's powerfulprofessionals.com/fancy. And for just as little as $17 a month, they will book appointments for you. So have somebody else do it for you. It positions you as the authority, celebrity, the expert, and it's great positioning before your prospect call. You can use your Gmail account, powerprofessionals.com/fancy. And then you want to send the questions ahead of time. So your prospect shows up on the meeting ready to go. They know ahead of time. You guys are both starting from the same page. You also aren't convincing them to answer your questions. They're coming on the call knowing you're going to ask them what those questions are, right? And then if somebody misses the call, if they stand you up or they apologize, I'm so sorry, something happened like this, it's okay. You can meet with them, but require that next appointment to be at least 1 week out. You do not want to get on with a prospect immediately the next day after they missed your call today. Again, successful entrepreneurs are busy. Don't be too available. It doesn't work out very well for you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You want to make sure you're creating that barrier. Successful people are not immediately available. So if they miss the prospect call, at least 1 week out for the next call. All right. So here's what you do. The prospect requests the appointment. Great. Then my assistant, Lori, offers my prospect 3 dates and times that they can put on hold. She puts those on hold on my calendar and see if any of those works for them. Once the time is confirmed, Lori sends them my questions via email. A copy of my book is overnight shipped to the prospect, and they get it right away from Amazon. And it is given out that it says, Kim looks forward to your call on date and time. I hope your meeting goes great. And Lori signs it. Lori confirms with the prospect the day of the call that the call is happening. And she starts the call and I start the call on time on Zoom. So I am there. I mention the questions that they got ahead of time and I go through them on the call. And then afterwards, I say, I'll send you an email recap of our call. And then I put a link for them to enroll in our program. Make sense? Okay, awesome. So here's the question they get. Confirming your appointment with Kim Walsh Phillips on this date and time. I've sent a calendar invitation with your link, but if it didn't come through, please let me know. In order to get the most out of the conversation with Kim, please come prepared to discuss the following questions. Question 1. What are you hoping to accomplish on your call with Kim? Question 2. What's the number one goal you have when it comes to coaching? Question 3. Have you worked with a coach before? If so, how did it go? Question 4. What is your current company revenue? Question 5. It's a year from now and you were super happy with us working together. What needs to have happened in your business in order to make the statement true? Next question. It's a year from now and you were incredibly disappointed after we spent a time working together. What would have happened to make this statement true? What else is important that we know about you and your goals? Now, we're telling them everything that I'm going to ask ahead of time. And this is really important because it used to be back in the day when I had my agency that I would get prospects on calls and they didn't want to answer any questions. They didn't want to tell me what their revenue was or what they were looking to spend or what had been a problem before. And if they're not willing to answer those questions, they're going to make a terrible coaching client. I need people who are going to be forthright with their information. They're going to give me what I need to know so I can help them. So you need to ask the questions up front that will make your job easier in serving the client. Yeah, thinking about your questions? Would love to know what one of your questions is inside the comments. Let me know. And then we finish the email by saying, looking forward to hearing about you and your business. If you have any questions in the meantime, please let me know. She signs it, Lori, which is awesome. And if you want to go through this full process and you want to see what this all works, I have a free gift for you. You can check it out at theaudiencebuilderblueprint.com. Sign me up. It's theaudiencebuilderblueprint.com. Sign me up. Not only will you get the free gift of our Audience Builder Blueprint course, but you're going to see my book a call strategy on the thank you page of this free gift. And you're going to see exactly how we set it up with the prospect. So that's a strategy for you today. I hope you found that helpful. Here's the questions that you ask ahead of the prospect call and that you share with your prospect ahead of time so that you can close more sales and serve people in a more meaningful way. That's it for today. Can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye for now.